let's have a look here at our new pack here. Scott McTominay, Marcus Thuram, Milinkovic-Savic. So this is what we thought, and they're reissuing here the Italian League Guardians. Very, very interesting. So Fortress, Paolo Maldini, Fortress, Lilian Thuram, Clarence Seedorf. Very, very good pack here that they're putting out there. These are reissued players. They were already out, and this is going to be a very good one. So let's have a look first at our guy Scott McTominay here. Let me take a snapshot here. Okay, Scott McTominay, 86 rated. What is his phenomenal pass player skill? I would say it's not necessarily the best, but he seems to be a pretty decent player here. He can play many positions in the midfield here. Central mid, of course, defensive mid, even offensive mid. And if you give him a position improvement, he's going to be able to play central defender, box to box, 193, 88 kilos, and a very, very strong player. He seems to be a pretty decent choice for a box to box player. Scott McTominay had a great season here for Napoli, clinching the Player of the Season award. And that after Manchester United just kicked him out of the club, and Manchester United struggling so bad. And now the guy that they thought was not good enough to play for them turns out, well, they wish that they would still have him, but now he's a Napoli player. Let's have a look at the other ones here. Marcus Thuram. I was going to say Lilian Thuram. No, Lilian Thuram is in the other pack. Marcus Thuram, bullet header. Let's have a look here at his stats. He seems to be very physical, speed, dribbling, shooting, no passing, but pretty good at the headers. A poacher, Marcus Thuram, with the bullet header skill, which is a pretty neat skill. Let's see what he has here. Chop turn, heading, bullet header, long range curler, long range shooting, acrobatic finishing, aerial superiority. So he's really going to be 192, 90 kilos. He's really going to be one of those aerial strikers. He's a poacher. Perhaps he would be even better as a target man. But this is for sure the best Marcus Thuram card that we've seen in the game so far. Now, does that make it worth it to do this pack? I don't know about that exactly. But yeah, I think he's a pretty decent card. Let's have a look here at the last one. Milinkovic-Savic, offensive goalkeeper. I really haven't seen much of this guy. Plays for Torino, and seems that he would have some pretty decent stats. 2'2", so very, very tall guy. Goalkeeping, he's got the low punt, the high punt. Doesn't have the goalkeeper penalty save, does not have the goalkeeper directing defense. Yeah, definitely by far I would say he's the least interesting player of this pack. But not a bad pack, not a great pack, I wouldn't say so. Just Scott McTominay once again for all those packs with the big time players. It's really only the big time player that is interesting. And for 150 players that you have to open, you have to get really lucky to get that one guy that you want. If you don't get him, you have to go all the way to open all the players. Then, it would be very frustrating. But that other pack here, the Italian Guardians, and this is a new one. I don't think we've ever seen this pack like that. The last time around that they had these players, Paolo Maldini, Lilian Thuram, it was with Xabi Alonso. There was no Clarence Seedorf. And these are some of the best players really in this game. This is a really, really good pack here. Italian League Guardians. Paolo Maldini, probably the best left back in the game. Lilian Thuram, best right back in the game. Let's have a quick look here. It is the same card, the same card that they issued earlier during the year. But if you didn't get them, here is your chance to get them. And they're coming all in this pack along with Clarence Seedorf, who was one of these players that sort of went under the radar. He wasn't in a pack that was that good when he first came out. But now, here's your chance here. Lilian Thuram, the best right back in the game. So you can get the best left back in the game and the best right back in the game along with a top-rated midfielder. Maybe I wouldn't say that Clarence Seedorf is the best midfielder in the game, but he's certainly pretty decent. But here you have two of the cards that are really the best cards in the game. And let's see Clarence Seedorf here. Phenomenal pass. 177. He's a little bit short, but a very decent box to box. He can pretty much do it all. He can pass, he can defend, he can shoot. He is decent physically, a bit strong, but even though he's on the shorter side for a midfielder, and he's got phenomenal pass, through passing, one-touch pass. Let's see, man marking, interception, blocker. You would need to give him perhaps the sliding tackle player skill to make him a little bit more effective in defense. But as far as box-to-box players go, then he is very good. Perhaps this McTominay card would be slightly better, but here we have a very, very good pack. So let's see, the next one is the Italian League Player of the Season. Let's have a look here at the cards that we have here. Christian Pulisic, Barella, Retegui, Evan Endika, Sakani, Lukaku. A lot of cards here. McKennie is also there. Let's have a look at his card here. Pretty decent card here for McKennie, 94 rated. Zion Suzuki, the goalkeeper for Japan. Let's see who else. I would say, who? Let's have a look here at Christian Pulisic. Pretty good card here. Perhaps one of the better Christian Pulisic cards. How about Nico Barella? Nico Barella, he has had quite a lot of cards that were very good. This is perhaps not his best one. What about Retegui? Let's see here. Retegui, yeah, pretty decent card. I'm not sure if he has had some Showtime cards or not, but definitely I would say among the best Retegui cards. How about Romeo Lukaku? Lukaku, yeah, a pretty decent card, but he lacks a little bit as an attacker. Not really agile enough. He is strong. 191, 94 kilos. I would say, in this pack, Christian Pulisic is probably the guy that you would want to get. This player of the season for the Italian league is, I think, a little less interesting than the player of the season for, let's say, the English league. But I assume that this week is going to be the Italian league event. Let me go there then. So still we have this pack here with Lamine Yamal that's going to be there for another 3 days. And this Lamine Yamal, excellent card. And what else? I think that's it. Everything else is done in a couple of days. All of these packs are going out, including the nominating contracts here. Do we have anyone that we would want to nominate? Let's see. Not sure. Milinkovic-Savic, perhaps a decent player here. Marmoush too. We got Griezmann here. Perhaps we'll get either Milinkovic or Savic or Marmoush. Or perhaps we'll wait until we get the next one. Let's see. We get a chance deal for the Italian league, and we have the penalty here.
Hit me with that like, and sub to the channel. Hit me with that like, and click the effing bell. Click that bit, alright. The algo recommends, for she gon' like. The algo knows you well. Hit me with that like, subscribe to the channel. Hit me with that like, and click the effing bell.